Hi everyone, the other day I made a video on tips for uploading your app to the iOS store, so the App Store. So now I'm going to show you how to upload your app to the Android store. I'm going to give a few tips as well, but I'm going to try to include different tips to what I included in my App Store upload video, just because I don't want to bore you guys too much. So you're going to want to create your app, give it a name, and you're going to want to specify whether it's free or paid. So what I've found is that for Android apps, it's pretty hard to get people to buy a paid app. Most people are just going to buy download free apps because there's so many available. So you might want to look at in-app purchases or subscriptions if you're wanting people to pay for your services if you're developing an Android app. So it's one difference from the App Store. People are much more willing to pay for an app on the App Store. So I'm just going to agree to a few things. You can read through those in more detail in your own time. There are quite a few things that you need to fill out about your app. So you're going to need to upload your app bundle, and you're also going to need to fill out some things on ads and content and stuff like that, whether it's suitable for children. So if I take you through it, and you can monetize it these various ways. I'll take you through the store present. So you'll go to the main store listing, and you can fill out details on your app, so a description, a short description, a full description, and add some graphics. So you've got an app icon that's going to pretty much probably look like what your app icon is on the phone. So my tip for that is, if you're not great with graphics and you're trying to produce a low budget app, you might want to look at something like IconFinder. You can select free, and you can select for commercial use options. And then if you click on different icons, it'll tell you what license it's under. So this one's under the Creative Commons attribution. And you can click on that for a bit more detail on it. And you can even go and change the colours. So if I load that up, I could change it to be blue and download it, but I don't need that right now. So yeah, you can use that, or you could use something like the Noun project, but it's got a bit more stricter attribution requirements. If it's over 100 pixels, it needs to be embedded. So yeah, I tend to use IconFinder or draw my own. If I'm drawing my own, I'll be using Affinity Designer, which is an iPad app that I love, but you can also get it on the Mac. What I like about it is paid, but it's a one-off fee, so you're not constantly paying some sort of subscription like you would if you were using Photoshop. So yeah, that's why I like Affinity Designer. But you could also use something like Inkscape. I quite like making SVG icons because then I can sort of scale them to whatever size I need. So yeah, those are my tips for your app icon. Then you're going to need to include a feature graphic. And so typically I don't have anything for a feature graphic that I can think of. But what I may do just to make it look a bit better is head over to Pexels and look up something that might be relevant to my app. So I've got an Angles Maths game, so I might look at Angles Maths and sort of see what I can find. Or I might, if I'm not finding anything there, I might look up geometry. Anyway, when you go to download, you can choose what size and stuff like that. And they're all free to use. They do like you to attribute. Obviously, it's good to attribute people who have created stuff for you to use royalty-free. It's like, kind of giving back to them to attribute them so that they get more publicity on their work. So yeah, do try to attribute them. I usually try to do it in my store listing. And then you can have like a nice graphic that sort of represents your app behind your app icon. And you can also include a YouTube video. So that would be a YouTube, like the YouTube video would show what your app does, and it could lead more users to buy it. So that's quite useful to present. I've talked about this previously, but for iOS, but you're going to want to create some professional marketing screenshots. If you have just a phone screenshot, it looks a little bit boring, and it's a bit probably less enticing to a user. So you can use a few different tools that I mentioned in my App Store upload tips. So head over there, I'll link it in description, and you can learn a bit more about those, but I'm not going to repeat myself here. So this release dashboard's where you can create any new releases that you might have. So you just click on create new release. And you're going to just upload your app bundle, give your release a name, add some release notes so that people know what's changed. And yeah, that's pretty much most of my tips for uploading to the Google Play Store. You'll just go to this Google Play console to do all this. And once you're done, you can actually promote your mobile apps with Google Ads, and that will just show directly in Google Play. I wouldn't tend to bother promoting outside of Google Play, but you can if you want. Obviously, you would do other marketing means that are free, so making posts on social media, you might do some blog posts about how to solve problems, and you might reference your app as one of the solutions. So yeah, you can do all sorts of marketing. If you've got a sort of newsletter, you can send out a newsletter update. And if you've got a customer base, you can obviously email them. Or if you know any of your target customers, you can actually contact them directly, and maybe they might refer it on to their friends if they enjoy your app. So yeah, those are some ideas for marketing. You should definitely look at marketing your apps, otherwise you're probably not going to get very many downloads. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed my tips today, and if you have, please like and subscribe for more content.